Hey guys, back for another video. So because this time of the year is kind of like quiet to me and I really don't have much to make videos off of, I figured that I would try something new and do a clean with me video. I normally never do these because once I get into doing something like cleaning, I'm more focused on cleaning than actually making a video, and I forget a lot of the times to actually film because I'm so into what I'm doing. But today I am going to try to take you guys along and clean my whole entire downstairs. The cat is tapping me. Hi, kitty. Includes a study, I guess you could call it a study, kitchen, living room, bathroom, closet, dining room. There's a lot to clean down here. So first thing I'm going to do is actually go through and show you guys how messy it is. A little bit embarrassed about this because I have been keeping my house so clean, but I feel like last weekend and the mix of me getting so much blood work done, today I just went and got even more blood work done. I just have not been focused on cleaning the house. The house has just come second to every single thing that's been going on. So I'm going to show you guys honestly how messy my house is right now. I'm just going to do a quick pan around. This is coming in the front door. In here, it's not that dirty. My table is messy, and then over in this corner is messy. Bella has been doing a lot of crafts, and she just goes through them bins like crazy. So my table and that needs to be clean. This is looking pretty good. Of course, everything needs to be wiped down, but it looks pretty good. I think my bathroom is good. Yeah, I just think it needs to be wiped down, but I think that's good. The shoe closet definitely needs some work. That is just a mess. Of course, the floor needs to be vacuumed. There's a lot of dirt everywhere. Here goes my lovely kitchen. Counters need to be done. Everything needs to be wiped down. There's dishes that need to be done. Of course, there is a bunch of stuff just sitting on my counter that I need to take care of, and kids' toys and all. To our dining space, I need to clear off the table and probably go through that art cabinet a little bit, get rid of the books that are on the side. And over to our computer, it definitely needs to be cleaned over there. There goes Logan's socks, and I think I can move whatever's back here. We want to move this entire thing, but it's really heavy. We want to put it down our basement, but again, it's really heavy, so we need help with that. I think Bella has a paper right there. Anyway, this whole section needs to be clean. Logan's nebulizer stuff needs to go back upstairs. Hero's laying on the couch. That blanket under Hero needs to be put away. That blanket also needs to be put away. I need to clear off that little fake fireplace. I did get McDonald's this morning since I had to fast for my blood work. I went and I got McDonald's just as a quick, easy breakfast because I also had to drop off the kids once I got my blood work done. The paint's probably going to stay up here because I am still painting. Here goes Logan's blanket. It needs to go up. That all needs to be put away. But I decided to hold off on doing the steps anymore until Chase sands down the top of the steps and he stains them, because I have a feeling the act of sanding these steps and staining them is going to mess up the white paint. So I'm going to hold off painting anymore until Chase sands and stains them. But then I think we are pretty good. Once we hit every single room down here, and I only have a limit of 3 hours to actually do this. I try to do it before the kids come home because once they come home, it's a tad bit tougher to do. I'm normally focused on dinner and schoolwork and all once they come home. So I have 3 hours to do it, and I think I'll be able to do it. So I just need to speed through this and actually focus on it. So let's get started in this, I don't know what you would call it, study room? I don't know. Let's get started in here first. A lot of the stuff on this table actually went in my bag. I have this bag that I'm carrying around right now, but I had to empty it out because I had to carry something large this morning. So a lot of this stuff just has to go back in my bag. Trash. I'm currently reading this book. I got it for $5 from Target's dollar section, and I cannot recommend it enough. It is such a good book. It's a book that you don't have to read from front to back. You can actually just pick a section and read it as you see fit, especially when you need it. That's when I read it. I'm sorry, I know my head is cut off, but I'm trying to really focus here. Multi-purpose spray and a rag, and I'm just going to wipe down this table. I don't always use this spray. I was trying to use my own spray with essential oils and cleaning soap and all, but I end up not liking it, so I end up dumping it and not using it again. It was just not for me. It ended up leaving it didn't leave a residue, but it ended up smelling really, really bad, and I don't know why. Maybe I messed it up, but it ended up smelling really, really bad, so I'm not going to be making my own cleaner right now. There goes how that corner looks now. A lot better than it looked before. I'm just going to quickly wipe this down. I'm not going to move anything off right now because it was just wiped not too long ago. Tea, so that's going to go over there. More of a deep clean, I would remove everything off of here and wipe it, and then I would remove everything off of the coffee stand and wipe it. But because I'm just trying to get my house a little bit cleaner, and I did do a deep clean not too long ago, I'm not going to be doing that, but I did want to make a side note that yes, if I was doing a deep clean, I would remove everything and clean it. A little bit of background information is that I was a cleaning lady for a while. I loved it. It was my favorite job ever. I've had a few jobs, but that was my favorite job ever. I did residential and I did business. I mainly cleaned banks though, and I have to say, being a cleaning lady, I learned so much and I loved it. So anyway, yes, if I was doing more of a deep clean, I would have removed everything, but just because I'm just trying to get it straightened up in here, I'm not going to do that right now. To the bathroom because I don't know if I said it, but that took a lot longer than I thought it would. So in here, I normally just wipe down the sink, wipe down the toilet, vacuum, and mop the floor. It looks like the mirror actually needs to be wiped down too. I could see a bunch of little marks on there, probably from the kids. Another thing that when I watch these cleaning videos, I'm always like, do you not do that? Do you do that? I wipe down my walls more often than not. I see some people do it once a year, some people do it twice a year. I feel so much better when my walls are wiped down. I'm not going to do it today. Again, time is against me right now. That room took me way longer than I thought it would, but when I wipe down my walls, it feels so much better in this house. So yeah, let me know down in the comments, how often do you actually wipe down your walls? So another lesson that I learned as a cleaning lady, it's kind of common sense, but I'm going to say it again, is that you clean from top to bottom, back to front, so that if anything is dirty on the top, it comes down, then you clean it. If anything is dirty in the back, you push it forward and then you clean it. That's something that I still constantly do, so I'm going to actually do the mirror first. I have a multi-purpose disinfectant spray in this bottle. I honestly don't remember which one it is. I know I have 2 different kinds in the house. But that's what's in here. I don't normally use Windex for the mirror. I just find that that's one more cleaner that I have in the house that I don't need. This works absolutely fine, so I'm just going to wipe down the mirror and then wipe down the sink. back over it with a rag. I try to clean the bathroom with paper towels first just because I find bathrooms so dirty. And I would never use a rag on the toilet, rather I just cleaned it or not. But to go over the sink, I'm just going to use this rag to get the rest of the stuff off. It helps with like stuck on soap. A lot of times I get stuck on soap up here. And that's pretty much from the kids just pumping the soap and not using it just because it's a fun thing to do. So a rag normally helps me get that all off. Okay, so I wipe down my mirror, I wipe down my sink, and I wipe down the front of my sink. And I actually wiped down the window seal too, which I didn't show you guys. I just did it. It took like 2 seconds. So the last thing to actually do in this bathroom is clean the toilet, but I forgot that the kids clogged the toilet this morning, and because Chase is working upstairs, I can't go get the plunger. So that whole thing is gonna have to wait until Chase is done work. I could get the plunger, unplunge it, and then actually disinfect the toilet. So that's one thing that I can't show you guys. I just normally use paper towels and a disinfectant, and I disinfect the whole thing. So I'm going to vacuum in here, but I'm not going to mop in here until the toilet's actually clean. Sorry, I forgot to wipe the light switch. Anyway, I'm going to vacuum in here, and then we'll move on to the kitchen. Before I get started in the kitchen, I did not wipe down the door handles, so I'm going to go back through the first room and actually clean the light switches and the door handles and clean the door handles in the bathroom, and then I'll be right back. But don't forget, door handles are so dirty, light switches are so dirty, people are constantly touching them. Don't forget to wipe them things down. Hey guys, I did not forget my shoe closet. I'm just trying to prioritize what exactly needs to be done before the kids get home. And the shoe closet is something that the kids can definitely do on their own. And honestly, they should be doing it on their own because they're the ones who make it a mess. They're the ones who throw their shoes in there. They're the ones who, when they outgrow shoes, they don't really tell me. They just kind of leave them in there. So I think I'm going to leave the shoe closet for the kids to do. And that's perfectly okay. Another thing that I am leaving for the kids to do, which they never did it before, so they might need a little bit of guidance with it, is wiping down all the doors. I did the door handles, but the actual doors a lot of times need to be wiped. I don't know how they get so dirty, but they do. So I'm actually going to leave that for the kids to do, and I think they'll be just fine doing that. It's not a hard job. Anyway, I have to prioritize because it's already 1:30, so it's taking me way longer to do what I want to do. So I'm just moving into the kitchen. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually just go around and clear off the counter. That's a big thing in this house. The counter seems to be like a catch-all for things, like right in my reach. I have a picture that Bella drew. And then I have Logan's little Etch-a-Sketch that he got for Christmas a few years ago. It always becomes a catch-all in this house. So I'm just going to go through, clear off the counters. Something else that always stays on our counter is our toaster. Our kids use it constantly. And another thing that stays on our counter, which I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want to store it, is food. Like our onions, a lot of time, like squash stays on here, avocados, potatoes, and they just kind of get left on here. I did try like baskets before from Dollar Tree, but they never really stuck to me. I ended up not liking them after a while and getting rid of them. So if you have any ideas on how to store all of this so it looks a little bit neater, let me know down in the comments. I am open to anything right now because, I mean, as you can see, it just kind of gets left out. It does get used, it does get eaten, but until it gets used or eaten, it just kind of sits. So this side of the counter is pretty much done. What you see out normally stays out. Another reason why I don't like putting these like vegetables and all into bins is because a lot of the times the bottom ones, these are hot peppers that we grew from the garden. A lot of times the bottom ones go rotten and then you don't realize until like the whole thing goes rotten. So I don't like doing that, but I still need a way to store all of this. Trash. Oh, this is something that the kids did. Disguise the turkey. Every year their school does it. They get a little turkey cutout and then they need to like disguise him so he doesn't look like a turkey anymore. Bella this year did Beetlejuice and Logan did Sonic. I don't have them because the kids took them to school today, but this is a really fun thing to do with your kids. Even if their school doesn't do it, I'm sure you can find a printout of the turkey online. It's super fun to do. So I have a clean rag and I have my Mrs. Meyer's cleaning spray. I try not to use disinfectant spray on the countertops, maybe every now and then, but just because we have food that sits on the countertops like the vegetables, I try to stay away from disinfectant sprays on the actual countertop. No food, like prepared food or anything, ever comes in contact with our countertops. I find that too disgusting and too weird. But either way, I think a disinfectant spray is just a little bit too harsh. So I'm going with the Mrs. Meyer's for now. This is not my first bottle of Mrs. Meyer's, but this is my first time actually using their lemon verbena scent, and I love it. I love them all. I've never found one that I don't like. I use this and I use, it's the same brand as my deodorant. What is that called? Love, Beauty, and Planet? I love their sprays too. They smell amazing. But for now, I'm using Mrs. Meyer's, and I'm just going to go through and wipe down all of the counters. I'm blinded by the light right now. I'm sure a lot of you guys can actually relate to that, like not having enough time in the day to do what you actually have to do. And I mean, I'm a stay-at-home mom, but between actually cleaning the house, taking care of the dog, I try to make videos every now and then. All this doctor's appointments that I've had to go to, all this blood work I've had to go to, all the appointments with the school that I have to go to just this month alone, you never get enough time to do everything in one day. And that's where it really comes into like prioritizing what actually needs to be done. And I found if I did a little bit each day and I don't let things like accumulate too much, then it's a lot more easy to handle. But if you do like 10 minutes each room a day, you may not get everything done, but you would definitely help take the load off of your shoulders in the long run so that you don't have to do like a deep cleaning every single day. Counters are done, my fridge is done, my oven's done, my microwave is done, my island is done. I could come back through tomorrow and maybe decorate a little bit more if I wanted to, or clean a little bit more, but either way, I don't have to worry about them things. I do have to do them dishes, which I will probably do tonight, and I actually have to wipe down the light switches. One day I will get into that habit of actually doing that. So tomorrow, if I want to come through and clean more, it won't take that much. I do have to vacuum in here real quick, and then we will move on to my dining room. Welcome to my dining area. So the two things that really need to be done in here is that art cabinet. I think I just need to close it, maybe push some things back, and our table. Our table is it's just stocked with stuff. A lot of this stuff is actually for Thanksgiving dinner. Like I have a tablecloth and all. So it's actually going to stay on here, but there's still stuff on here that is not supposed to be on here. Another thing that I would be doing, and I feel like I'm saying this way too often, is actually wiping down the windows, but I need to paint this windowsill right here. So I'm going to paint that windowsill first, not today, another day, and then I'll wipe down the windows after I paint that windowsill. I think I might paint that one too. We have another window right there. If I'm going to paint that one, I might as well paint that one, right? I'm trying to paint everything that was white in our house and give it a fresh coat. So I probably would do that. Either way, let's go look at that art cabinet, see what needs to be done. The kids have this art bin, and it is just full of art supplies. And then they also have stuff in this art cabinet. This could be trash, it was just left open. It looks pretty gone through. I did just go through this not too long ago, but it looks pretty okay in here. It doesn't look like it needs to be gone through. So I'm just going to close it up and leave it how it is. But yes, my kids love art. They go through this stuff like crazy, so I'm always stocking up. This is the only thing that looks like it can actually be thrown out because it was left open and it dried up. Okay, so these could be trashed. They're kind of destroyed. I think Bella forgot she even had this. She's been looking for hair ties, so I'm going to put that in her room. These books can go in Bella's room too. I don't think she wants this one. I'll have to ask her first. If she doesn't want them and Logan doesn't want them, they will be donated. Alright, and then this lid can actually just be trashed. It's so messy. What is all of this? I just found a note from Bella's classmate. I don't know how old it is, for their birthday party. Look at all this. It just kind of accumulates over here. This can actually go in the craft bin. This could go in the craft bin. This all can be trashed. Alright, definitely going to need to be vacuumed. This can all go in the trash. Oh, look. Under the table, it's Bella's lost socks and Hero's toy. So this needs to go back in Hero's toy bin. Hero's toy bin needs to be gone through. He definitely has some stuff in here. It needs to be trashed. Probably could use a few new toys like this too. So that's another day. Stuff that is right here on my table is actually going to stay on my table. That is for our Thanksgiving table setup, which I am not doing right now. So I'm going to quickly go through, wipe the table. I'm going to wipe the front of that cabinet, and then I'm going to wipe the window seals. Even though I'm not painting them today, they still could use a good wipe down. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to vacuum in here. I have about an hour left until the kids get home, and I still have to do like the actual living room. I think I'm going to get it done, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I will. Okay, I am going to quickly vacuum in here and we're going to move on. Oh, my tea is almost gone. Moving on, I'll show you the whole house when it's done, and you can see the difference from the beginning to the end when everything is said and done. But we're moving on to this section now. The computer and this thing behind me and everything that is on the floor. I love that my kids are artistic and they love doing arts and crafts, but a lot of times I just find papers with random drawings on it all over the house, and whenever I ask them, you know, do you want to keep this? They're always like, yes. They have just stacks of art in the room just like this. I think it's cool because they can look back in a few years and be like, yeah, I drew that, this is what I was thinking. But I find papers like this all over my house all the time. Okay guys, what I am going to do, because the last part that I have left, let me show you guys, is this section right here. But because my camera is about to die, I'm just going to clean this section while my camera charges, and then I will come back and I will show you guys what the house looks like after I cleaned it, and we'll see how far I get on time. Okay, I gave myself 3 hours to clean and the 3 hours are up. The best thing you could do, especially after getting blood work done, I got 6 different tests done today, is to know when to say enough is enough. And 3 hours has been enough. Not everything got done, but everything will get done in time. So I'm gonna give you a walk through the downstairs and you can see exactly how much better it looks. Hopefully it looks a lot better than it did earlier. And yeah, let's just do the walkthrough. Coming in, here goes the first room. We did over here, we did my desk, we did the floor, we cleaned this up a little bit. I'm thinking it's looking a lot better. We also wiped down over here. And then the bathroom, we just wiped down the mirror. Hi guys. And the sink, the toilet still needs to be done. Of course we did the windowsill too. Shoe closet, I'm leaving for the kids to do. I do have a pile of stuff that needs to go down the basement. Kitchen, I feel like is looking a lot better. Of course, dishes still need to be done, but I feel like it's looking a lot better than what it did. And of course, I still need to go through them papers. Let's move into the dining room. We cleared up there. That's for the kids to go through. The table is cleared besides the Thanksgiving stuff and my tea. Everything is wiped down. Our floor is vacuumed but not mopped yet. The computer table is looking a lot better than it did. Nice and disinfected for my kids. The couch no longer has a dog on it and a bunch of blankets. The rug is vacuumed. I also wiped down the entire TV. So that's looking good. Doll toys still need to be gone through. I did clear off everything that was on top of this heater. This actually needs to go outside. It's my flag for outside, but it kept being blown off by the wind, so I took it in. And of course, the $10 gift card to Target. I still have my socks down here because I'm still wearing them. And I have Logan's nebulizer stuff down here because he's been needing it more recently. So I don't want to take it all the way upstairs to take it back down again. But I did clean it up so that the floor is a lot more clean. Can't wait for this thing to get moved. I think actually that's going to be moved over there. And then our Christmas tree is going to go right here. But I don't know yet. Either way, I feel like it looks a lot more clean in here. A lot more open, and it feels a lot more fresh. So guys, I did not get done everything, even in 3 hours. I still have so much more that does need to be done. Eventually, at some point, I am not going to rush it again. I just got a lot of blood work done today, and it takes a lot out of you. It really does. But I feel like it looks a lot better and it feels a lot better. So anyway, guys, I hope this gives you guys motivation to clean if maybe you're behind on cleaning like I was. If you do a little bit each day, it definitely helps overall. I know having a clean house definitely makes me a lot less stressed than having a messy house and looking around and knowing I have to do a million things. So just a little bit each day. Please remember to never overdo it. Never push yourself farther than you actually can go. There is nothing that can't wait for tomorrow. So I am going to go for now, guys. We are actually going to order Chinese. Nice little treat for such a long day. I don't have to cook. So yeah, I'm gonna go. We're gonna go order Chinese. The kids should be home soon. I hope that you guys have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, and I will see you in my next video. By the way, guys, since this page I feel like has been in such a slump and it hasn't really grew much, let me know down in the comments if you guys have any ideas for videos. I do read everybody's comments, though I don't always reply, and I have been loving your guys' comments. I love to see people like Sia. I may be saying your name wrong, and I shouldn't be because we used to talk all the time. I love seeing people come back to my videos that used to watch them all the time. It's really nice to see people comment, new or old. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. I hope that you guys have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.